Well, hello, KEYS families and KEYS kids. Sorry I wasn't able to keep our official appointment of my visit earlier this month. I know you've met with other members of Kingsville Council over the past few months, asking them questions about what's happening in the community and giving them great ideas about what they'd like to see, what you would like to see in the municipality and the town of Kingsville. So today, amidst all of the new changes and the kind of the new world we're living in, I still wanted to be able to answer your questions, and I reached out to Miss Melissa, and she said that you guys gave her a whole slew of questions to give to the mayor, and I'm here to try to respond to you the best that I can, so that we're all still informed, and then I promise to try to get back to you in person in the future. But for now, let's get to your questions because they're really important.
Are there people in our town who have COVID? Oliver.
Well, very good question, Oliver. We're all very concerned about who may be affected in our community about COVID-19, and we have to act like everyone it does exist in our community. We have reports every day with our health community and our health experts, and we have some senior homes, and unfortunately we have experienced a large number of residents within a senior home that's both impacted, as well as some of the healthcare workers. So we're really trying to address those concerns and realize that this is in our backyards, this is in our Windsor-Essex County region, and we're trying to be very responsive to them.
What happens to people who have COVID in our town? Nora.
Well, Nora, we really want to make sure that they have the care available to them. So between the testing and having the great professional support from our healthcare system and workers, they are there to help and give advice. Those that have affected, there's different procedures and treatments in place depending on the level of COVID for them. But we have great hospital care across Windsor-Essex County that are doing the best to support those that have COVID.
Where are the most cases? Charlie.
It changes every day, Charlie, and knowing what we experience here in Essex County, certainly we're seeing a lot of the impacts within the larger centers, so within the city itself, but that doesn't leave us without the concerns in our area. So making sure that we keep our space, our personal space, and social distancing is very important. Keeping that 6 feet, the 2 meters apart from everyone when we're out maybe doing some walks with our family, so that we do stay safe. So it changes every day. We're always watching it, and we want to make sure that everyone in our community stays safe by following these very simple rules.
How is the town helping all the businesses and restaurants that had to close? Cam, Makena, and Sawyer.
Okay, that's a very good question. We're very concerned about our business community. Kingsville is a very small knit community, and we're very supportive of our local businesses, and our restaurants are very popular. At this time, Kingsville Council will be looking at extending some opportunities to defer taxes. We've already deferred some interest payments in terms of for water bills and other municipal services. We have an eye on it. We're listening to the community. We've heard from our partners across the county that businesses have really been impacted. Over 90% of businesses have already felt some impact because of this, and we realize that our local businesses, they're the ones that have the local jobs for us, and we want to try to do what we can to ensure that they're here for us in the long term after this.
When will COVID end? Elise.
Wow, that's such a very good question. Very hard to put an answer to, because it will end the sooner we continue to follow all these great rules in terms of keeping our distance, being very cautious, not going out in large groups, maintaining basically our social distance within our own homes right now. So staying home is very important to when the actual day will come that we can say it is not here for us anymore. So I can't give you an answer on that, but I can tell you we're working very hard to make sure it doesn't last any longer than it has to.
How do you make the right choices for other people? Cece.
So right now, making choices is very difficult because we're all responding and reacting to what we're seeing around us. So it's not just one person. We have to communicate and identify where the concerns are that people have. We have to identify where there are areas of risk and certainly at places where we need to try to mitigate. So when we look at things and decisions that we've had to make, like close down our parks and our playgrounds, it's meant for a temporary measure so that we can ensure that nothing gets left behind on on our playground equipment. Anything that people touch on a regular basis, we're making sure it gets, we try to make sure it's clean and keep people in traffic away from that. So a lot of these decisions are made as a group with a lot of experts from our health experts that tell us a lot of great tips from making sure we wash our hands for 20 seconds, sing that song that you probably have at home, so you make sure you go through the 20 seconds. Again, keeping our distance away from others, and being really staying home and avoiding any unnecessary trips is really important right now. Getting those expert advice, getting advice from our fire chief and from our building and bylaw enforcement officers and from our police and from our managers and staff around the town that are trying to identify other concerns that are coming up. It's a really team effort, and I can tell you we have a very solid team across our region that's trying to respond to this. So those decisions aren't made without consideration of others.
Will we eventually have an Easter egg hunt? Sydney.
Easter egg hunt. Well, the good news that we really did discover over this break was that when we talk about essential workers and when the province and the Premier of Ontario classified the Easter Bunny as essential worker, I'm hoping the Easter Bunny still found a way to provide you with some special treats over the Easter weekend for your family as well, because that's kind of important to maintain that a little bit of chocolate and certainly a little bit of the sweets and having family time. So I'm hoping the Easter Bunny still did visit you. We'll try to bring him back for next year, for 2021 for sure. But who knows? I mean, I've heard of Christmas in July. Maybe Easter and the Easter Bunny can come a little bit later in the season. Maybe he'll come for the fall. Keep your eyes open.
When will we have a splash pad in town? Kelsey.
Our town and our community is working really hard to find a great and the right location for a splash pad. We're currently trying to do a survey and doing review of where we can put the splash pad. So we certainly have some money put away in our reserve fund, which means it's our piggy bank to be able to build a splash park once we identify the best place. But we're going to need your help and your support to show us that, if we build it at the Lions Park, is that the right place? Or if we find a space at Lakeside Park or at the Meadowas Park, we want to ensure that wherever we put it, it's where it's going to be best used. So keep an eye out for more information from us, from the town. We're going to be looking for your input.
Can everyone clean the parks when they leave so we can play there again? Jeremy.
That's a very good point. I think once we can take away all of the tape and put the swing sets back in place, we're going to make sure that we sanitize and clean up the park for everyone, so you can go back and enjoy the times you had at all of our playgrounds. We'll have them sanitized before we reopen them. We're going to keep working with the province and the rules and the changes that we're seeing. We know we're still a few weeks away from any of that happening, but definitely you can guarantee once we're ready, we're going to have those parks shined up for your fun and enjoyment. So again, thank you for your time today, and again, keep those questions coming through your teachers and your parents. We're watching. We want to ensure you have a great time while you're learning so much more about what's happening around us. The town is here to help and support our community, and we want to respond to you. So thank you for your time with me today. I look forward to seeing you again in the very near future. To the families of KEYS, thank you for supporting the great work and opportunities and the doors that open there with our Access County services. We really appreciate you taking part in this. Have a good day.